Welcome back to Gauchos in 30. I'm Taja Davis, and for the next 30 minutes, we'll take a journey into the people and stories that make up UCSB Athletics. There are many stories about athletes discovering the love that they have for their sport, as well as discovering possible romantic love for another athlete in a different sport. UCSB Athletics has a number of Gaucho student athletes who fell in love while playing here at UC Santa Barbara. Let's take a look at a couple of examples and what their lives are like together now.
My name's Alyssa Byrne, formerly Alyssa Hollowell, and I was a Gaucho swimmer from 2003 to 2007.
And I'm Brian Byrne. I played soccer at UCSB from 03 to 06.
I came from Seattle and he came from Ireland, both respectively to play our sports. So there's just no chance I feel like we would have met otherwise if it weren't for our experience at UCSB. We first met in Isla Vista in spring of 2005 at a swimmer soccer function. He told me that he was a walk-on to the tennis team, so I didn't even know that he played soccer. So once we started to know each other as athletes, we could start going to each other's competitions. Right after they won the national championship in 2006, he went to play with the New England Revolution in Boston. And a couple months later, when I graduated, I was assigned to teach second grade in Compton for Teach for America. So we had to do distance for almost a whole entire year before we got married. And 3 years later, we got our beautiful daughter, McKinley.
She's definitely going to be an athlete, but we're not sure what sport. She's really fast at running, but she's also a really good swimmer. So she could be a water polo player.
And then we're now expecting our second daughter in May.
Hi, I'm Mark, and this is my wife.
Hi, I'm Bree.
So I played for the men's basketball team, and Bree played for the women's volleyball team.
The men's basketball program and the women's volleyball program decided that it would be a great idea to put the two teams together in one room and have a study hall where we could get our work done. However, that's not really what happened for us. I remember just seeing Mark and thinking he was a cute guy, and that was kind of the beginning of it. Dating a fellow student athlete was a pretty unique but awesome experience because we definitely knew what each other was going through. When you're so tired after practice that you can't get off the couch or whatever, we didn't take it personally because we both knew what that felt like.
Since we graduated and moved on from our glory days, I am a firefighter.
And I'm an elementary school teacher. We have a 4-year-old son and 2-year-old twin girls.
We'd like to thank all of our coaches and teammates and everybody that affected our lives.
Without all these people, we wouldn't have our marriage and our little team of Gaucho children that we're trying to create right now. We just have 3. We just need 2 more to go for a little basketball team and one for a volleyball team, so then we'll be set.
Hi, my name is Amber Moran, formerly Amber Squire, and I played for the UCSB women's soccer team from 2002 to 2005.
And I am Matt Moran. I played baseball from 2000 to 2002.
And this is our daughter, Abby, big Gaucho fan. The first time we met was in the founders room at UCSB in the event center, and it was with this group called Fellowship of Christian Athletes. And so we met then, but we were just friends for a really long time. And then right as I was graduating, Matt asked me on a date.
Right as I asked Amber out on a date, she promptly left Santa Barbara and moved to Louisiana for 2 years. So we had a long distance relationship. I had a teaching position in Santa Barbara, working in the school district. And then Amber came back and was able to get into grad school at UCSB. And we got married 6 months later. I
finished my PhD 2 years ago, right before we had Abby, and now I continue to teach at UCSB. I mostly work with teachers. And I train them and teach them how to work with kids with disabilities. Sometimes I tell people when I'm in other parts of the country that I went to UCSB and I played soccer, and they know that that's where soccer's great.
Both of us would say that our years at UCSB were really critical to the foundation of who we are now as a couple and want to be as parents and our careers. We both became Christians at UCSB, which is a big part of our life. Obviously meeting our spouse, but also friendships that have developed through being an athlete at UCSB that continue now to this day.
We've been involved with the Special Olympics now for 5 years. It started over at the Muni Courts, and more recently we've been able to move here to the Tennis Club of Santa Barbara, so a really nice venue. I know we get a lot out of it. Our players probably get more out of the event than the Special Olympians do. We feed off their enthusiasm for the sport, and I think our guys come back with renewed passion for tennis when they get done with this event.
This is my 3rd year doing the Special Olympics event here at Santa Barbara Tennis Club, and it's an absolute blast every time. It's a great way to give back to the community and to really stay involved.
We're proud to be with these guys. They've been through a lot, and through Gaucho's Give, we're able to come back to the community and give our efforts and our thoughts and our love to them.
It's really fun. It's a great way to meet the new members of our team and have a good bonding time with them. And you just get a sense of personal fulfillment. You help out a lot of nice guys, the Special Olympians.
Well, Gaucho Gives is a great program. It's important for all our student athletes to understand how important it is to be a good member of this community. We get an awful lot of support from the tennis community. It helps us be successful, and it gives our student athletes a really quality experience at UCSB. So getting involved in stuff like this is a must for us, and we really enjoy it. That's the thing. It's really fun to get involved, especially with Special Olympians who have so much enthusiasm for the game. So it's a win-win all the way around.
We enjoy every moment with these guys. You see the smiles on their faces, and it means a lot to us. We'll come back every year and do it all over again.
For years, the University of California has been able to provide Californians with an affordable, world-class education.
Last year, UC gave out more grants and scholarships than ever before.
But even with that financial help, most students still need loans,
part-time jobs, or both to pay for their education.
Let's make a promise to change that.
It begins now with the Promise for Education, a new kind of crowdfunding platform.
Here's how it works. You make a promise.
I promise. I got a promise.
Bungee jump. I kind of have 2 that I've been throwing around.
I will work at a soup kitchen for 2,000 hours.
I'm a rep as President Obama, if there's any indication.
After you made a promise, set a goal.
It can be $10.
It could be $100, $1,000,
$1 million.
And you share it on Facebook or
Twitter.
Or what I use, Pimpstagram.
You share it with your mom or your dad or your friends, and you rally your friends.
And their friends, and their friends' friends.
To contribute money towards your goal.
And remember, every little bit makes a difference.
At the end of the program, all the contributions made will be used to create
more UC scholarships. That's good news.
We need everyone to participate. Students,
Californians, Americans,
alumni, teachers, anyone who cares about education to make this a success.
Help change the future by supporting scholarships for students in need.
A lot of students like myself.
Like us, first generation.
Start by making a promise.
Make a promise for education.
What will you promise?
The UCSB women's volleyball team ended their season with an 18-11 record overall and a 13-3 record for Big West. Let's peek earlier into their season and check out their close game against Hawaii.
The Pioneer program, ladies and gentlemen, 1973-74 UCSB women's volleyball teams in the second elimination.
I think it was a really good match, and I think it was 2 really very good teams going head-to-head, and I think, offensively, we were doing pretty good. I mean, the last couple sets, they slowed us a little bit more, and, sometimes things bounce your way a little bit more, and we just were, I don't think, I think it was just a couple more plays that they made. Obviously, the last 2 sets we lost by just a few points, so we were right in there. We were right where we wanted to be with Hawaii, and we've done it before, so to use that confidence and
I think this loss really fires us up for the remainder of conference. This will be in the back of our minds, just heading out, and now we're just going to want to crush everyone. We're just going to keep, playing our game and working hard in practice, and I think if we just keep doing our thing, we can do it.
Hi, I'm Allie Arieniello. I'm a senior forward for the women's soccer team.
Academically, I've always been a science nerd. I have volunteered in hospitals. I do research in a lab on campus right now. I'm a cell and developmental bio major, and I'm planning to go to medical school. So there's lots of prep work trying to get to reach my goal to be a doctor. I just try to do as much as I can to make myself the best applicant. I think it's important to give back to your community, and I feel like volunteering in a hospital is just a great way to do that because it involves both my passions. I used to want to be an orthopedic surgeon, but now I've really been getting into genetics. So there's an up-and-coming field called pharmacogenomics, where you incorporate people's genes into how you treat them, just to minimize those horrible side effects that can happen to you. Last year I took genetics here and it just really sparked my interest. And the year before that, I interned in a genomics lab in San Diego over summer. And it was this translational medicine where you're in a lab working on people that are in the hospital, maybe even next door, and you're trying to figure out what's best for them. I'm in a lab on campus where I work with the genetics of tetrahymena. I have my own senior project, and it's really interesting. I do have dream schools. Stanford and Duke and UCLA, UCSD, UCSF, have all been just top schools. But realistically, it's such a competitive field to go into, so I'm planning on applying to 30 schools. On busy days, I make a list of what I need to do for the day, and I try to just time. This is when, even down to when I'm eating, and sometimes what I'm gonna eat, because sometimes I don't have enough time to make stuff. Those little time slots, I have to be doing something. Being on the beach, it's amazing right now. It's so sunny. And just to have that relaxation time. It's so easy to just get everything done because everything is just here. There's so much to learn in science, and it just keeps on growing and growing. I love to learn. I'm a nerd, so it's a good fit for me.
Nicole is magic with the rock. 1 minute you see her, the next you don't.
Big Al is a magician on the boards. 1 minute, you see the ball. The next, you don't.
Experience the magic of Gaucho basketball. Get your tickets at ucsbgauchos.com or call 805-893-UCSB. There's magic in the air. Don't let your seats disappear.
My goal, as a whole, is to push this team as far as we can possibly go, potential-wise.
I'm excited for the team's potential, and I'm excited for the team's journey.
Go backward. Play to our best potential and try to be the best that we can. To become a better leader in general.
I feel if we give a lot of heart and just trust each other with our hearts, we can go further than everyone expects.
I would say to be all in, just give everything and just don't leave anything, don't have any regrets at the end of the season.
The rock is a little edgy, and I just feel that's something our team is going to need to, get as far as we can. My goal is just to step up as a sophomore, and then as a team goal, I think all of us just to play together and just work and just work like clockwork.
And we're small team this year, but it's tough. We're gonna be tough this year. Hell yeah.
Even though we have only 9 players, just trying to be efficient as a freshman right away, and as a team goal, go as far as we can and push each other.
My name is Ann. I'm on the swim and dive team, and I swim fly and IM. I'm studying biochemistry. I was really interested in chemistry in high school. I liked it a lot, and I knew I wanted to go into the medical field, so I thought biochem would be a good place for that. Last year I won the Golden Eagle Award for the women's swim team, and that was just a really great event to be a part of. I felt very honored to be there, and I met a lot of great people. It's always really hard balancing school and swim practices, but I've learned a lot of time management throughout the years. Go from swim practice in the morning, classes all day, swim practice in the afternoon, and not able to do any schoolwork till late at night. And I've been able to carry that with me through my college years. And the coaches have been really supportive of when I've had labs that extend really long periods of time. I've had to make up workouts and swim at different times. Sometime in the off season after my freshman year, I developed a lot of back pain. Not exactly sure what the cause was. Saw a lot of doctors, a lot of physical therapists. I couldn't narrow it down to one specific problem. It's likely just caused by the scoliosis and imbalance in my back. For the next 3 years of my swimming career, I had to kind of push through the pain and find ways to get workouts in, like substituting for weights. I wasn't able to lift weights for 2 years. I had to do spin classes and find my own ways to work out. I'd probably have to keep swimming actually for the rest of my life because it's one of the best things for it. Even though it hurt me along the way, it also is the only thing that'll keep it stable and keep it strong. My teammates have been really supportive throughout injuries, throughout tough times with school. My coaches as well, they've always had a lot of confidence in me. I take a lot of pride in being a Gaucho. I've not regretted 1 minute of being an athlete for 4 years or picking the hard major that I chose.
Hi, I'm Jenessa Jeppesen. I'm a junior infielder on the softball team. I've been playing softball since I was 5 years old, and I have such vivid memories of going out to the field with my dad and playing catch and standing on the wrong side of the bag and having my coach have to move me, running the bases backwards. My teammates always joke with me about my level of pain tolerance that I have, because the morning before I ended up going to the hospital, I ran stadiums with the team, and then a few hours later decided to go see a doctor. I ended up being diagnosed with a severe kidney infection. I had a white blood cell count of 48,000 and was admitted into the ICU, and I was there for a week and ended up going into septic shock, which is where the fluid that they're giving you to help level all your vital signs goes into your lungs and your heart. And it caused me to get pneumonia, so I was there for an extra few more days. But I think the thing that helped me the most is my teammates came and visited me every day. It was nice to always get messages from my coach, and I just felt more like I was part of a family. Because when you're down here, it's your home away from home. And they really are your family. You spend every day with them. Because I had to take medical leave last winter, I am a quarter behind in school. So I'm trying to take extra classes and take summer school classes to try to catch up. But I'm really determined to make this next quarter my best quarter academically. I'm really grateful for all the support that I've received over the past year with my family, my friends, and my teammates. Now that I'm back, I feel stronger than ever, healthier than ever, and I'm really excited to take on the season with my team.
Look, we got to be tough right here.
Don't change who we are.
It's a three-point game. It starts at the defensive end. This next 2.5 minutes is huge.
Set the tone defensively.
So I need a big-time effort with ball pressure, with aggressiveness. Let's get some deflections and an easy hoop, and everybody's got to rebound. Everybody, let's go together. 1, 2, 3.
I think all of us that know Jim and remember him, the scholarly qualifications, articulate, very, very sure of himself, always had a sense of focus. This was far back as a student. and it was a very compelling part of his personality.
He was an outside linebacker, as I was, and I was a tight end, and Jimmy was a very tenacious football player, and we went on in the fall of '65 and played on that national championship runner-up Camellia Bowl team, and he was an instrumental force on that team, and he was an outstanding student here.
He was destined for good things to come because of his commitment to scholarship, his commitment to the ROTC, his commitment to his teammates. And that was Jim. Those were the quality standout, just not another, quote, jock. Long before it was the right thing to do, Jimmy believed in the student athlete.
To come out of here and just be an athlete is not what coming to UCSB is all about. And Jim certainly took advantage of it and was in ROTC. It was a very volatile time in our era.
I knew he was in ROTC, but I didn't realize when I was a student athlete here, he ran the whole show, ran all the cadets. And I met 2 ROTC members at a AGR function about 4 years ago. I said, well, several of my teammates were ROTC, one of them was here, and I went and got Jimmy, brought him over to introduce him, and these 2 gentlemen came to attention and saluted Jim Barber, because he was the cadet commander. And you salute your commander when you're on campus. And they saluted him almost 40 years later. I was astounded. Jimmy had a distinguished career as a math major, served a tour in Vietnam as an officer.
He chose law as a career. We don't follow all of that, but then we see him emerge as an attorney, and then we hear good things. Oh, did you hear about Jim Barber, a major partner in a major law firm in San Francisco? We really didn't know what he did, but whatever he was doing it well. Always an innovator, always a thinker, always willing to take the extra yard.
One of my teammates, a very distinguished attorney in Santa Rosa, Bart Weisenberg, emailed me because he did some research on Jimmy's career as an attorney. And I'm going to read to you. He excelled at Hastings College of Law, prestigious law school. He graduated Order of the Cough, Thurston Society, and articles editor of the Hastings Law Journal. Any one of these his academic honors is very impressive, but to get all 3 is virtually unheard of. He was truly a high flyer who gained the reputation of a hard-hitting and effective advocate. Jesse was a hard hitter on the infamous Green Weenies defensive unit on the Camellia Bowl team. He was the instigator of the Gaucho Athletic Association, which were all football players that has now evolved into the Gaucho Order. He was the first chair. He's done many other things. He's on the alumni board of directors. He's the major reason why we have this all Gaucho reunion weekend. It's been 7 years. People were skeptical of this being successful. Well, every event sold out this weekend at UCSB. He won the Graver Service Award given by the Alumni Association for outstanding service to his university.
We make friends, not money. That was his whole idea. We were building a consensus of friendship, partnership, and in the early years, he was extremely instrumental in reaching out and was our voice to the institution, to the university.
I remember our mission statement that we put together when we started the Gaucho Athletic Association. And his mission statement was not just about athletic success. It was about academic success, building careers. How can this group of alumni come back and help with this? And what's exciting is the academic success is growing. It's now going to have his name on it. And we now have career days for athletics. He envisioned this in 2002 when we first came together, and it's all happening now.
He became active statewide. He became active in the legislature, both from an educational point of view, but from a fundraising research point of view as well. And it wasn't personal. It wasn't, I want to get fixed. It wasn't that kind of a solution. That wasn't his style. It was more, this is a concern, it goes on, I have it. He would keep a sense of humor about things.
This affliction has no light at the end of the tunnel. and in his own noble way recognizing this, but it never deterred him, ever. He was recognized exactly to advance the cause, the way he did with the Gauchos, the way he's done in law, and now the way he's doing with ALS.
My personal goal is to do what I can to help turn this disease from a fatal disease to a chronic disease in my lifetime. I may be a little ambitious, but hey, why not?
I'm proud to be his teammate, proud to be his friend, and I'm a proud Gaucho because of Jim Barber and Cheryl.
Looking for the best in Gaucho gear? Look no further than shopucsbgauchos.com. UCSB Athletics is pleased to announce the debut of our new online store, shopucsbgauchos.com. Gaucho fans can now find thousands of items to choose from. It is the biggest assortment of Gaucho gear ever assembled under one roof. With a full line of women's and youth apparel, performance gear, sweatshirts, tees, and headwear, shopucsbgauchos.com has something for everybody. Grab yourself or someone you love something new from the Gaucho shop at shopucsbgauchos.com today.
For UCSB Athletics, I'm Tasha Davis, and that's all for this week's episode of Gauchos in 30. For all of your Gaucho gear needs, don't forget to visit shopucsbgauchos.com. And lastly, for more videos like these and for ways to buy tickets online, visit ucsbgauchos.com. See you next week for another episode of Gauchos in 30.